State of Himachal Pradesh versus Jagdish Chander Gupta Ors on the 21st of March 2016. Welcome to NPA Infracon YouTube channel, your destination for quality civil engineering education videos. In today's session, we will delve into a detailed case study on State of Himachal Pradesh versus Jagdish Chander Gupta Ors on the 21st of March 2016. We will be exploring a series of questions and answers to help you better understand the intricacies of this case. We are excited to present this case study to you, and we hope that it will provide valuable insights into the legal aspects related to bridge construction and engineering design. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on upcoming videos and educational content. Let's begin our discussion with your host, Rudy. Stay tuned for an engaging and informative session. Question: what is this case? Who have been involved? Judgment: what are the act that has been used? This case is titled State of Himachal Pradesh versus Jagdish Chander Gupta Ors, and it was decided on March 21, 2016, in the High Court of Himachal Pradesh, Shimla. The author of the document is Rajiv Sharma, and he also served as the judge in this case. The parties involved in the case are: Appellant, State of Himachal Pradesh; Respondents, Jagdish Chander Gupta and others. The judgment in this case was a dismissal of the appeal, meaning the appeal by the State of Himachal Pradesh was not successful. The acts that were mentioned in the case include offense punishable under Sections 336 and 304A of the Indian Penal Code, IPC. Section 304A IPC deals with cases of causing death by negligence. Section 336 IPC deals with act endangering life or personal safety of others due to rash or negligent act. Question: what is this case is about how both parties had presented their evidences. Explain in details about IPC Act that has referred in this case. This case, titled State of Himachal Pradesh versus Jagdish Chander Gupta Ors, involves an appeal by the State of Himachal Pradesh against the judgment of the Learned Judicial Magistrate Ist Class, Court No. V, Shimla. The case revolves around a construction mishap that occurred in 1997 at the Malgi Bridge on Dami Kingal Road in Himachal Pradesh, where 9 laborers lost their lives due to the collapse of the bridge during construction. In this case, the prosecution charged the accused, Jagdish Chander Gupta and others, with offenses punishable under Sections 336 and 304A of the Indian Penal Code, IPC. Section 336 of the IPC deals with the act of endangering life or personal safety of others, while Section 304A deals with causing death by negligence. The prosecution was required to prove that the accused's actions were rash or negligent, resulting in the death of the laborers, and that the act was more than simple negligence, but did not amount to culpable homicide. The prosecution presented its case by examining 22 witnesses and providing evidence such as eyewitness testimonies, reports from experts, and material seized from the construction site. The witnesses testified about cracks heard in the bridge before its collapse, the supervision of the construction work, and the lack of necessary approvals for the construction drawings. The defense, on the other hand, argued that the construction work was under the supervision of engineers of the Director General Border Roads, DGBR, and that the accused were not responsible for the mishap. After considering the evidence and arguments presented by both parties, the Honorable Meister Justice Rajiv Sharma found that the prosecution failed to prove the case against the accused beyond reasonable doubt. The judge noted that the drawings were not properly approved and the responsibility could be attributed to the officials of the DGBR. Therefore, the judge dismissed the appeal, stating that there was no merit in it. Overall, the case highlights the importance of proving negligence beyond a reasonable doubt in cases involving endangerment of life and causing death by negligence under the Indian Penal Code. Question: provide the arguments in the case presented by each parties. In the case presented in the PDF document, the arguments presented by each party were as follows. State of Himachal Pradesh, Appellant. The prosecution argued that they had proved their case against the accused. They presented evidence to support the charges of offenses punishable under Sections 336 and 304A of the Indian Penal Code, IPC. The prosecution contended that the collapse of the bridge, resulting in the death of 9 laborers, was due to the negligence of the accused contractor and the supervisory staff. The prosecution called 22 witnesses to support their case, including testimonies from individuals who witnessed the events leading to the collapse of the bridge. Jagdish Chander Gupta and Ors, respondents. The defense argued that the construction work was under the supervision of the engineers of the Director General Border Roads, DGBR, and that the accused were not solely responsible for the bridge collapse. The defense contested the prosecution's claims of negligence on the part of the accused and the supervisory staff, stating that proper procedures were followed during the construction. The defense presented a case to support their contention that the bridge collapse was not solely due to the actions or inactions of the accused. These arguments formed the basis of the legal dispute in the case, with the prosecution seeking conviction of the accused based on charges of negligence leading to the bridge collapse, and the defense asserting their innocence and challenging the prosecution's evidence. Question: according to prosecution, what are the main reasons of bridge failure? According to the prosecution, the main reasons for the failure of the bridge were: the drawings of the bridge were not approved by the competent authority. There was no provision for tying both the trusses, as the drawings did not show such details of tie beams. The collapse of the bridge was mainly attributed to the failure of the shuttering. Question: how failure of the shuttering is constitute collapse? Did supervisor do some action before this? The collapse of the bridge was mainly attributed to the failure of the shuttering, as per the expert report provided by the executive engineer, HPPWD, Kumar Sain. The investigation revealed that the work of the bridge was being carried out under the supervision of the DGBR engineers. The witnesses, specifically PW1 Meena Ram, PW3 Nok Ram, and PW10 Sahaj Ram, mentioned that cracking noises were heard below the bridge on 10th and the 11th of December 1997, but despite this, no remedial steps were taken by the supervisory staff or the accused. The witnesses informed officers of the DGBR, SHOC Jain and Sadapa about the noises, but no action was taken to address the issue. Ultimately, the collapse occurred on December 11, 1997, resulting in the loss of lives of several laborers working on the bridge. Question: how the prosecution in the case alleged that the collapse of the bridge was due to the negligence of the accused contractor and the supervisory staff. Here are the key points from the prosecution's argument. The prosecution in the case alleged that the collapse of the bridge was due to the negligence of the accused contractor and the supervisory staff. Here are the key points from the prosecution's argument. The prosecution presented evidence that the work of the bridge was assigned to the accused contractor, Jagdish Chander Gupta, by the Director General Border Roads, DGBR. Witness testimonies, such as PW1 Meena Ram, PW2 Ved Parkash, and others, indicated that cracking noises were heard below the bridge on multiple occasions leading up to the collapse on December 11, 1997. Despite the laborers bringing these noises to the attention of the supervisory staff, including SHOC Jain and Sadapa from the DGBR, no remedial steps were taken to address the concerns raised by the workers. The prosecution highlighted that the drawings of the bridge's construction, which needed to be approved by the competent authority, did not show details of tie beams and other necessary safety precautions. The expert opinion from executive engineer G.K. Kapoor stated that the collapse of the bridge was mainly due to the failure of the shuttering, indicating structural inadequacies and lack of proper approval processes. The prosecution argued that the rash and negligent acts of the accused contractor and supervisory staff endangered the lives and safety of the workers, leading to the tragic incident where 9 laborers lost their lives. The prosecution emphasized that the negligence demonstrated by the accused contractor and supervisory staff was more than simple negligence and amounted to culpable negligence, as required to prove the offenses under Sections 304A and 336 IPC. In summary, the prosecution contended that the collapse of the bridge was a result of the accused contractor and the supervisory staff's negligence in ensuring proper construction practices and safety measures, ultimately leading to the loss of lives. Question: describe in detail of testimony of staff regarding to collapse of bridge occurred, and details regarding to material investigation was undertaken. The testimony of the staff regarding the collapse of the bridge that occurred on December 11, 1997, includes various accounts of witnesses who were present at the construction site. Here are some key points from their testimonies. Witnesses reported hearing cracking noises beneath the bridge on 9th and the 10th of December 1997, which were brought to the attention of supervisory staff. Specifically, S. O.C. Jain, and Siddhappa from the DGBR. Despite the cracking noises being reported, no remedial steps were taken by the supervisory staff, and work on the bridge continued. On December 11, 1997, at around 12:30 p.m., when concrete was being laid on the bridge, it suddenly collapsed, leading to the death of 9 laborers who were buried alive under the debris. Various items used in the construction of the bridge were seized by the police during the investigation, including steel bars, cement, grit, sand, and mixtures of cement. Samples of these materials were taken for further analysis. The investigation involved obtaining expert opinions, such as from the then executive engineer of HPPWD, Kumar Sain, who reported that the bridge collapsed mainly due to the failure of the shuttering. The expert also highlighted that the drawings of the bridge were not approved by the competent authority before construction. The quality and strength of the steel bars used in the construction were also examined, with samples sent to the Engineering College in Sector 120, Chandigarh. While various construction materials were seized for investigation, the prosecution failed to send them to a recognized laboratory for further analysis. Overall, the testimonies of the staff present at the construction site and the material investigation conducted during the case highlight the events leading up to the bridge collapse and the subsequent legal proceedings.